About my maiden speech, because apart from standing somewhere in the mud and talking to potato farmers, this is my second speech before I give my grand speech at the auditorium on the 1st of September, which is the opening of our academic year. So don't tell anybody that I gave preference to you guys and about 100 another groups who wanted me as well. The reason why I'm here is not only because your subject is so interesting, but also that I think that with this company and the kind of collaboration that we've had for many, many years with Lucas and his team, we really have a prime example of how, as a university and research center conglomerate, we need to function. My dream is a little bit that we will have many more of these companies, many more of these spin-offs, in a way that mutually reinforces the academic community, the market, society at large. And it's important to say that today when so much of what has made the success of our Wageningen model, and many of you are from outside Wageningen, we often talk about what we call the golden triangle, which is our close network relation between the political and administrative side, society, business, and academia. And it's our golden triangle where the government, business, and academics actually all try to do the same thing. In our case, working very hard on improving our food and agriculture food chains. And that model is currently, of course, very much under pressure because government is slowly disentangling itself from parts of the funding of our sector. But fortunately, we have very good and very strong relations with the private sector, and that's why I think spin-off companies, which always sounds that they're very small, but in fact spin-offs can become larger and larger. Think Google, for example. So there's still a future to go, Lucas, in that respect. Spin-off companies are so very important to a university. And the wonderful thing is, of course, that there is this close proximity also, where we can meet, can talk. Our students come here, you come and have direct interactions with us. So I'm really pleased, and I would love to see many more of these initiatives as successful as yours. On the other hand, also, behavioral and behavioral studies and behavioral science are really important subjects nowadays. Because all we do, whether it's thinking about intensive animal production, or whether it's thinking about consumer behavior, or changes that society has to make when it comes to becoming a more sustainable society, all those have to do with behavior. And behavior is one of these enormous concepts that can be really tackled from many disciplinary angles. It's one of these meta concepts. And it's wonderful to see that we have a whole set of methodologies here that actually can be used in many different ways, from tracing eye movements in the supermarket to indeed the way chickens can interact in intensive production. I think it's these meta concepts that have the future. And we couldn't have expected 20 years ago that all of us would be so tied, and I think all of you have your phone. I just gave it to somebody because I don't want it to interfere with the microphone, but all of us have a mobile device in our pockets. That would have been unthinkable even 10 years ago. And I think these advances are at the same time so very powerful and so very interesting, and the interconnectedness of all these devices and the internet itself becoming the Internet of Things is, of course, the future. But it's a complicated future. And I think as we go on, it's a future also where there are all kinds of moral dimensions and all kinds of questions that people ask. Should we be that connected? Where is my privacy? How much should the state know about me? How much should a company know about me? How much do I actually want to be traced? I'm being traced right now. Do I really want that? I didn't have a choice, actually. But you see, I'm already complying. No, but seriously, I think the interesting thing about a concept like behavior and the methodologies you have developed here is also that it forces us to think about some of the moral issues. And that to me is really true science. Science is not just about technology push, it's not just about methodology. It really is also about responsible science, between science that really interacts with society, that tackles some of these issues and discusses them and opens a door that is doors to people who have different feelings or even fears and so on. And so I know you're going to start a very interesting conference with all kinds of wonderful applications. And I hope to hear from you what will come out of it. I'm sure they're going to be very interesting and inspiring ideas. But I also hope that you get these wider societal dimensions in your talks and have them reflected back on what you're doing. And then maybe there's time for a next company that actually tackles some of the additional questions beyond the ones that you have today. And that would be the real spin-off, the spin-off of the spin-off. So let me, without further ado, say I really wish you a very good conference. I'm very pleased I was allowed to be here by my different powers that who said, well, you can give one speech before the 1st of September. So there I am. And I hope that we'll have a chance to interact even more, Lucas and others, and hear from you where you're going and where you see the future. Good luck. Thank you very much, and congratulations upon a very nice conference.